So she's going on and just telling me like stuff that I didn't even know like she was about to do to herself, things that was going on with her. Like I didn't even know. Like I said, I understand like we tell either as best friends, like sometimes as you can see, like I didn't tell everybody everything. A lot of stuff I kept to myself because I was scared of being judged. I didn't want to be, portrayed in a certain light or whatever. So I understood, but I didn't know that she was still having thoughts the way she like suicidal thoughts. I didn't think she was still having those. Because at the end of the day, like let me get back to the story. Because it'll make sense. Because then she goes into that psychic literally telling her about Nixon, how evil he was, how if it wasn't for him having a heart condition, he would be worse. That literally, I was like, wait, he would be what? Mind you, I thought he was at the top level of being worse. You mean if he would have been. When I said this man was evil, he's evil. Like he put on this facade like he's this nicest, sweetest person. Just like my first the person that I have kids with. Like they put on this persona like they're the nicest. Well, the first person, he can't hide that shit. But Nixon, he does a very good job of hiding it in front of people. But if you stay with them long enough, it's hard for him to keep up that facade. And you mean to tell me it's because of his heart condition? He's not worse than that? Yeah. Wow. She goes on to tell me like she really like the one thing that the psychic did say was, if she doesn't get herself away, her and her children away from that man, basically you don't want to know what's going to happen, and then it's not good. And he's like, you keep asking God to show you signs, you keep asking God to show you proof, and every time that he does, you look the other way. This is the last warning I'm giving you. Like this is the last warning like God is saying to you. Like there's no other way. Like he said what? That's your last warning? Like fuck, like how many warnings did you get? So like we was on no lie, we was on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours, like literally my entire shift. Literally my entire shift, and the whole time Nixon's blowing her up, cursing her out, leaving her voice notes, just going off on her. But at this moment, like she just trying to process everything, and she's like, thank you. I don't know how I'm gonna pay you or whatever. But now she's trying to put in a plan to like figure out what she's gonna do. Because mind you, she just moved into this apartment. It's very expensive, and her daughter is set up. Her sons are set up. And then the other two girls, they're still in high school. They're there when, you know what I'm saying? So she is like, she's trying to take all of that into consideration. And so she was like, after the 4 or 5 hours, she's like, my head hurts. I got to go think about this. Let me get off the phone, because he keep blowing me up. And she gets off the phone. So I'm blowed. Like I guess we both had a good experience because that's what I needed her to see. But I didn't think it was that dark. Because she said a lot more stuff, but that man's the devil. Like, whoever put whatever is attached, what entity is attached to that man. Oh. So when I text back the psychic and I said, Lily, thank you. You did what you were supposed to do, because even us outsiders could not tell her. But like I said, I didn't tell him nothing about her. I just set up the reading and let it be. Just let it be. So then he calls me. He was like, I see y'all really best friends because she puts you up. Like, she kept calling you her wifey, her bestie. And so I was like, yeah, she always do that. She always do that or whatever. He's like, that's a good friend that you, yeah, it seems like y'all really close. I said, yeah, we're pretty close. Like, yeah, I do. That's my girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't like her to be seeing her go through what she's going